Hey, I'm back doing another movie review. Continuing my movie series review with Psycho 2. Now, I have Psycho 2 on this box set. Um, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4, the beginning. And then it's got this other thing on here. It's called Bates Motel. It's got Lori Petty and Bud Cort in it. Now, I've never watched it. It just comes on one disc. But I think I found this at like Kmart or Walmart or somewhere. Um, now, Psycho 2 came out in 1983, so 23 years later after the original one. Um, it gets 6.4 on 6.4 on IMDb, and honestly, I think that's a little low. I believe the first one got like a 8.0, and that was pretty well deserving. I just thought it should be a little higher. As far as sequels go, I think this is probably one of the most underrated sequels. I haven't seen a lot of reviews on this movie to get people's opinions. It seemed to me that when I had listened to some people's opinions on this a while ago, as I can remember, most people liked it. But honestly, I think this is the best sequel. I do like Psycho 3 too. I really enjoy that movie. Psycho 4 is okay. I like that one too, but I don't know. I guess I like all of them. It's just if I had to pick a sequel, I'd pick the second one. Probably. It's pretty dark. Pretty good though. It takes place after obviously in the first one he went to a mental institution for committing all those murders. And he gets out 23 years later. Was declared basically insane, didn't go to prison or anything, just went to a psych ward. This one's got Vera Miles back again as Lila Loomis again. Then you got Meg Tilly as Mary Loomis, who plays her daughter. This one's got an interesting dynamic in it. You're not really sure, at least to my recollection. Like I said in the first review, I haven't seen these in a little while, so I can't really remember if he's the killer, dressed up like his mom and like in the first one, or if it's Vera Miles dressed up like his mom. I know they fuck with him in this movie, and that's what makes him start to go crazy again. But you kind of feel sympathetic for Norman in this one because you can really see that he's trying to do the right thing. He's really struggling with like trying to be normal and trying to get like into a routine, and it's really hard for him because as you can see later on in some of the sequels, sorry, my camera messed up. As you can see in like later on in some of the sequels, he had a fucked up life. So, hang on a second, I gotta plug my camera in. It's dying. I just don't want to have to do this over again. Sorry about this. I just had to hook my camera back up, and I didn't feel like doing this again. So, yeah, the way my camera's set up, it's kind of unorthodox. It's kind of hard to get it just where I want it. Yeah, there we go. So, anyways, you feel bad for Norman in this movie. He's trying to get his life together and stuff, and they keep messing with him. Lyle Loomis and Mary Loomis. Him and Mary Loomis end up kind of falling in love with each other. Although Norman's like going crazy by the end, and you can see it's really taking a toll on him at the end of the movie. Yeah, I can't remember if he's doing the killings or not. It's really hard to remember. I haven't seen this movie in a while. Now you got some interesting got some interesting. You got Richard Franklin as a director. I don't know of anything else that he's done. Um, like I've said many times, I'm not really up on directors and like what they've done before or recently or anything like that. I'm just, it's not something that I don't pay attention to it. Now you got writers on this. You got Tom Holland and Robert Block. Robert Block sounds familiar. I've heard that name before. I know he's done other things. Now Tom Holland, I believe, was the director of Child's Play and a few other movies. He's pretty recognizable. I recognize his name. Um, you know, yeah, this is a good sequel. I love the score in this movie. I don't remember who did it. I want to say I want to say that it was I want to say it was that guy who did most of the scores for like the Star Trek movies, but I could be wrong. I'll look it up real quick and see. Let's see here. Music. Yeah, so no, you had music editor Kenneth Hall, orchestrator Arthur Morton. Yeah, it's not giving me a name on here, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is a really competent sequel. It's really good. Um, it just takes like a dark, ominous thing. I liked it when he first came back, and he comes back to the motel, and he's got this guy running it while he's been gone, and it's Warren Toomey is the character's name, but he's played by Dennis Franz, I believe his name is. I've seen him in other things. Um, he's like running the motel like a dive, like he's letting people come in and like pay by the hour, and do dope in there and all kinds of shit. He's running it like a trashy place. Norman gets out, finds out about this, and kind of flips out on him and fires him, gets him out of there. Because he didn't hire him, obviously he was away, so the state hired him to take over the motel for him, which is pretty cool. Because nowadays, like, if somebody were to get put away, they'd fucking just lose their business because they're nuts, and the state would end up taking it because they're greedy. Yeah, like I say, I really can't say much more about this movie. It's good. Like I said, I think it gets a low score on IMDb. I think it should have been a little higher than that. But yeah, this is my favorite sequel. It's a good one. So, oh, here comes my daughter. She gotta use the bathroom. But anyways, that's all I gotta say about Psycho 2. There's other things I wanted to say, but they're just not coming to mind right now. I've kind of had a long morning getting stuff done. I got to go to work in a couple hours, so I hadn't done any movie reviews in a couple of weeks. I've been super busy, and I wanted to get some done. It's Halloween time here in the next like 3 weeks, and it's my favorite time of year. I love fall. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday, being that I love horror movies and everything about it. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get these Psycho ones done before I go to work, and then I want to try and get some other ones done, some other horror movies for the month of October. So can you close that door, honey? Yeah. Thanks, sweetie. So anyway, that's my review on Psycho 2. Not much of an in-depth review on this one. There's really just not much. I guess maybe, from now on I should start watching these movies before I do a review on them, so that way they're a little bit more fresh in my mind. Doing movie reviews is kind of still new to me, so I'm kind of still getting getting my own style down and trying to figure out what's the best way to do these. Because I have a lot to talk about. It's just when I sit down and talk about it, my mind goes blank sometimes, and I can't remember a lot of stuff. Yeah, other than, if you've never seen Psycho 2, it's a great sequel. Definitely check it out. Like I said, that's all I got to say about this one. My next review will be on Psycho 3. Thanks.